Today, let me just start by assuring you that this video is going to be worth your data, your time, and your attention. Let's meet our guest. Our guest is Ruth Dzisa, and she's on her way to meet me for us to have a conversation about vitiligo.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know what you are supposed to do, right? Just subscribe. I don't want to talk plenty now.
Hit the like button.
Yes, like before the video ends, because now no more, trying to coax you to do that. Like, we are one family, so if you want to join a family, please do. So my name is Selasie, and I'm glad you chanced upon this video because it's going to be very interesting. I can assure you of that. So today I have a friend. She's not my friend, but every guest on my channel, the moment you come to the quarters, I've befriended you by force. So I have with me a guest, and she's going to be introducing herself very soon. But I just want to tell you guys how I met her. So Ruth here, I was on Hyatt Reader's Instagram page, scrolling. Hey, I'm even coming to that. scrolling, and then I follow Hyatt. I've been following her for some years now, and I realized she had released this Khoi line. Khoi, it's Khoi, right?
Yeah, Khoi.
And then she had posted a picture of you, and I think she was talking about how she got to start working with you.
And I ran into Abnan, and she just had a picture of her hand, and she was wearing a Khoi ring, and I saw this beautiful pattern of vitiligo on her hand, and I sent her a message, and I was just like, thank you, you look so stunning. I came to learn a lot more about the stigma of vitiligo in Ghana. People will run away from her. People would not even touch anything she's touched. I didn't think there was enough education about it, whereas for me, I looked at, wow, you have such a unique sort of skin makeup. It just looked like art to be. And so then I asked her, would you do me the honor of being in the Khoi campaign?
Let's see what happens after I watched Hyatt's video.
So immediately, the private investigator that I am, I went to look for your Instagram page, and that's when I sent you a DM, by force DM, that, oh, you should come and share your story with us. And that's how come I got to meet you. So I'm really glad that you agreed to come here, and I know that your story is going to really impact a lot of people all over the world, not just Ghana. But yes, it's amen already. But Ruth, can you tell us like your full name?
Okay, so my name is Ruth Dzisa.
Oh, you're an Evan.
Yes, I'm Evan.
F1. I was going to say Mensum F1. Yes.
Don't worry, I'm not fluent in Evan, but I understand it, yes. And then my mom always complains that I mix both my mom and my dad's Evan. My mom is Togolese, my dad is Ghanaian, so I mix both their Evan. So yeah. It's pathology Evan, however they say.
I get that because my father is also from Lakey, which is like northern Volta, and my mother is from she's mixed though, like Ga, Ewe, Ekrape. So
she's everything, so
yeah, so even though they speak different different dialects, I'm able to understand. But the bad part is that, like, growing up, anytime they speak Ewe to me and my brother, we respond in English. So you can wake me up in the middle of the night, speak away, and I understand what you're saying, but the way I speak English fluently, like fast like this, ever, I'll have to take my time.
Think about it.
Yes. I mean, if I want to speak it, I have to think about it.
What you're going to say,
And I had an aunt who was Togolese who also lived with us, so I understand all these things. So can you tell us a little bit about your educational background?
Where do you want me to start from?
Oh,
like high
you
school
can start from anywhere, maybe SHS, uni.
So let's do SHS. Sometimes I don't like talking about my SHS because I'm like, Anyway, so I went to Christian High, Ghana Christian.
Dodowa.
It's Sota, Dodowa. That's where I had my high school education. Then I went on to Ashesi. I did Ashesi for 2 years, and then I left Ghana to go continue outside.
Okay.
So I went to South Dakota State University outside. and I studied psychology and sociology.
Then you understand my mental health topics very well. You will come back as a guest to talk about that one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's nice. So what are your hobbies? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Hobbies, interests?
I like cycling a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I haven't done that in a while because my bike is somewhere else. So I like cycling a lot. I like taking long rides, but I don't have to drive. Someone else has to drive. So yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't mind long walks. And I used to like reading a lot, but now I don't do that anymore. I do it once in a while. Yeah, and then I like eating. I don't know if eating is a hobby, but I like food, but it doesn't show my body, so I don't know. Yeah, so there's that.
From what like, you seem like a very fun and interesting person, and you like road trips, right?
I do. So I like people who are interested in doing, taking the initiative, adventure, those stuff. Yeah, I like people who are like that too, because it gingers me to do that too. Yeah, because I feel like I'm lazy sometimes, or a lot of times. So when I get people who make me move my body,
I'm loving.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. So the reason why we are here today is because of. So the reason. Let me go back. So the reason why I sent you a DM on Instagram was because I realized you are a model and you also have vitiligo, right? And me, since growing up, I've always been interested in knowing more about vitiligo because Michael Jackson had it.
Okay.
And then I used to follow America's Next Top Model, and I found out Winnie Harlow also had it. And for Winnie, I really, really love her confidence and all of that. And I was like, anytime she talks about her story, I just sit down and just listen. And it was just recently that I found out that we were this, like, she's a 94 born. I used to think she was in her 30s.
Oh,
so, yeah. And vitiligo.
So old.
Why, how old are you? Okay, if you don't want to say it, that's fine. They say ladies
so
not supposed to say her age. So if you don't say it, I understand, that's fine. But a lot of people will be wondering what vitiligo is.
So, to the best of my knowledge and from what I've read and seen, vitiligo is an autoimmune disease. And then, so your cells are also attacked. The cells that produce your pigments, they are attacked. And when that happens, you lose your melanin. So that's when you begin to see white patches on your skin. Yeah, because you are losing pigmentation on your skin. Yeah, so that's what happens. And that's basically what vitiligo is.
Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrongly. It's
No, I
vitiligo.
actually don't know how it's pronounced. Me, I say vitiligo. I think sometimes I say vitiligo, so don't worry.
Okay.
So far as people understand what it is, that's fine.
Okay. So for me, so sometimes I say bipolar disorder. Sometimes I say bipolar disorder. Sometimes my father likes to call me out on it that which is it bipolar or bipolar? So sometimes it depends on the sentence. But what I'm really curious about is were you born with this autoimmune disease?
No, I wasn't. Funny enough, I'm yet to know if people were actually born with it. I don't know about that, but I wasn't born with it. I started developing vitiligo in JSS.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was in JSS, my uncle noticed that there were like patches on my skin, so he made my parents aware of it, and then they had to take me to a skin specialist. I think that time it was Sakifio. No, it wasn't Sakifio. It was in Community 3.
Tema.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I remember going for my first treatment, but it didn't go so well. Yeah. So I wasn't born with vitiligo.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't born with it at all. Started developing it in my final year of JSS. Yeah.
Okay. I always used to think people were born with it. So
Not that
it's
I know.
something that people develop
Yeah,
later.
I think
Most of the
people
time.
develop it even as little, because for Winnie Harlow, like I've never heard her talk about her. Funny enough, I've never heard her talk about her story before, but I know she has it, and I know she developed it when she was very little. So I think it starts at any time. So yeah, you can be very, very old and you start seeing patches. So, yeah.
So this was JHS, and hey, I'm saying JHS.
It's fine.
Maybe it was JSS for me. So what was that experience like for you? Because I mean, You never, your skin was all brown, and then now the patches are coming.
So,
at that age, how was the experience like for you?
Honestly, I don't really recall anything because, I mean, yeah, I knew that something was happening, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. So my mind wasn't really there till I went to high school. Then I knew that, okay, I had something. Yes. So just as who cares? Well, to me, I really didn't care at that time. But then when I went to high school, then I noticed that, oh, okay, the patches are like growing and spreading all over. So that's when I actually paid attention to it.
Okay, so as a JHS, the patches were where exactly? Were they like a lot or just?
I had it on my knee. That was the first place I had it, like on my knee, then my face. Yeah, my knee and my face. That's what I had.
And nobody teased you or anything back then?
I think the first time someone teased me was when I went to children's camp and they called me a cow. That was the first time I got teased.
Was called a cow.
She was, that was the first time. And I was like, we went for like a Christian children's camp. So I was like, why would you call someone a cow? And I remember I kept telling my parents about it. And someone called me a cow. And it was someone that we knew, like a family friend's son. So yeah, and he always used to like make gestures, like laugh at me, like
whoever you are, Mr. Family Friend, can you see Ruth now? Have you seen your teasing didn't really get far? I hope you have changed though.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the first time like anyone had like teased me in my face. Yeah, that's.
So apart from this family friend of yours teasing you at the children's camp, was there ever like a time you were stigmatized or discriminated because of your vitiligo? Should I call it a condition? Are you okay if I call it a condition?
It is a condition, so yeah.
Yes. So because me, I was just telling you before we started recording that I got fired from my job
because of your condition.
Yes, and I never thought that could happen to me. Because I thought
guess you can call this a condition.
Okay. So what about you? Apart from that,
yeah. So I don't know if people will come and tell me in my face, but I can tell when someone doesn't want to get close to me. Because even at some point, I had someone tell another person not to get close to me because they would get it. That's when I knew how ignorant people were. I was like, why would you tell someone that they'll get it if they get close to me? And then I've had situations where people just don't want to be friends with me, and then I'm like,
80% charged.
Yeah. And then I've had moments where people just didn't want to be around me or talk to me. You know, they'll rather talk to your friend. Yeah, that thing where they'll talk to your friend and totally ignore you as if you're not there, as if you don't exist. Yeah, and then and then I think I said somewhere that, when I go to nail salons, you know, they'll take pictures of people's nails and stuff like that. But then I don't know if
after the service, because for publicity.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were doing it on purpose. Because I'm not in their head, so I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I was like, I have nice nails. That's why I
show them.
These are old nails, by the way. But I mean, I believed I had nice hands. And
you do.
So,
you actually
thank you. So how do you say it? So when they are done with people's nails, they'll take pictures and all of that. But then it's like I get ignored. And it means I'm hoping that they'll take it and
or you see it on their page
or something like that, but that never happens. Or maybe if I'm going for an event and then I get to do makeup with someone, nobody posts it. I'm like, but maybe they'll go do another person's makeup that same day and then they'll put it up. And then I feel like sometimes people are friends with me because I'm friends with someone that they really want to be friends with. So they'll use me to get to that person, and that's the only reason why they're friends with me.
So that's discrimination. So this has happened over the years. So obviously you see it when it starts. It's not all up in
my head.
So
So sometimes that's why I don't like. In the past, I didn't like coming out and things because people would stare at you, look at you funny. Even church, like people just give you the stare down and you're like, oh my God, we are in church. Like, you should know me. Why are you staring at me like that? You should know that I've had this for a while. So unless you are new in church, then I understand. But if you've been in church for that long and you've not seen me like this. I mean, sometimes you make me uncomfortable. Like, people make me uncomfortable when they stare. Obviously, you'll be uncomfortable, but I always tell myself that, you know what, people don't know this. People don't know, like, people judge what they don't know.
Yeah.
So, and then I always encourage myself. I tell myself that I wasn't born this way. Those who know that I wasn't born this way. And then I didn't create myself. And then when I actually look at my skin, I'm just like, it's just a different skin tone.
Yeah.
It's just a different, like, I'm not unhealthy. It's just a different skin tone. So, yeah, that's it. That makes me different.
Okay, so have you always been this positive about your skin? Because, I mean, if it was me that people were staring at me all the time, obviously it will get to you at a point.
Yeah, it does. Funny enough, I mask it so well.
Okay.
But it does get to me. Even at some point, like, someone used to tell me not to go out, like, maybe in my head, I don't care. I'll wear a short, a t-shirt, go out, like, maybe out of the house, like, talking to someone or something. There's someone to come and remind me, someone from the house will remind me that, come inside, come and wear something long, come and do it, because you don't want people to look at my skin. And in my head, I'm like, is it your body or my body? Like, I mean, it's not your skin, it's my skin. So, and now you are making me conscious of what I have. Because at the moment, I'm not conscious of it. But now when you tell me to go change, you're making me conscious of the fact that I have something I have to hide. So now I curl up in my shell and I don't even want to come out again, because it's like, I'm always going to wear long sleeves for the rest of my life. I'm going to do this, and like,
meanwhile, so you want to try stuff and just be free. And I'm sure these people in their head, they think that they are protecting you from being stigmatized and discriminated, but they are unconsciously drawing your mind to the fact that, oh, you are different, so you have to hide. And there's nothing wrong with being different. So for you, like, when did this start? How did you start being positive? What happened?
I feel like I have my moments.
Okay.
I don't know. I think maybe when I made up my mind that I didn't, this condition, it just happened. Like, it's not like maybe I ate something bad and then it happened, or I don't know if I triggered something in my body. Like, I just made up my mind that I didn't create myself. God knew before that this thing is going to happen to me. It's how I handle it. He knows, like, before I was born, he knows that Ruth is going to have this condition. It's either going to make or break it. So I just put that in my head, and I'm like, you know what? And one thing about me is that when I stress out a lot, I get new patches.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you that as of last year, I didn't have all this
on your hands.
On my hands.
Oh, okay.
Like, and I
stress is the trigger.
It triggers, stress triggers it a lot when it comes to me. So I try to avoid stressful people, stressful situations, stressful conversations, things that just literally stress me out. I try to avoid it totally. So so that's how I keep positive. Like, I tell myself that, you know what, and people will always say, that's the thing, I tell myself that people will always look at you if you begin to, you know, like, if you're conscious of yourself that and you're trying to hide, that's when people will stare at you more. But if you live your life like any other person, go your way, and you have stared and hello, just I'm buying something, you are staring at me, you don't want to give me the thing, I'll go to the next person who will sell to me. So that's how I just like live. That, like, I mean, I didn't create myself, so I just have to be positive. And I think that if you are always sad and all of that, you are probably going to trigger it more. You're just going to be, number one, you stay in some corner, dark, you be in a dark place, and then you are getting more vitiligo, and you are not happy, you are sad, you are shying, like, people are shying away from you because you're not a positive person. They can't come close to you because they are scared that they are going to trigger, like, maybe some anger issues from you or something. People would just not want to come to you. So so I try to be bubbly. I always tell myself I'm not a people person, but my friends say otherwise.
When I came, I noticed like, you give good vibes.
So the thing is that I try not to make the other person uncomfortable, so because I know how it feels to be uncomfortable. So I try to, like, make the other person, you know, happy to be present and to have a conversation with other people.
Okay, so speaking of triggers, for other people who have vitiligo, what do you think? What do you know are some of the triggers?
Honestly, I have no idea, but I think I've read food too. There are certain foods that some people are not supposed to eat with vitiligo, so I think food also triggers. I have tried to see if food does that to me, but no, to me it's stress. So yeah, so other people, I know food. I don't know about the other things. And I think lifestyle choices, that too adds to
lifestyle choices.
Yeah.
So I keep hearing church, which makes me happy because I'm a Christian and you are also a Christian. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody said, this condition, we can pray about it and it will go away?
So I actually have a story for you. So I remember when I was young, like Jesus' time there, and myself, my dad, I think my mom, and there were a group of people outside their like house, and then there was this mentally like passing around, and for some reason they came to where we were, and then the person said something which, well, my parents, they didn't take it serious, but I was so shocked by what the person said. The person was like, my dad is a pastor and he can't pray for his child to not have this skin condition, and the person just walked away. I know my mom was pissed off, but I was like, how did the person know? So obviously the person was okay before whatever happened, and they probably obviously knew that my dad was a pastor. So I was like, wow, like how did they even know? Maybe in the past they had seen me, so I was very surprised by that. So I was like, sometimes I'll be like, God, I beg you, my dad is a pastor, look how he served you. I'm the only one in the family who has this. I don't know anyone from my mom's side. We don't know anyone from my dad's side.
Or even back into your lineage.
So I'm just like, God, I beg. I can't be the only one with this thing. And like, I feel like I cry almost every year. Every year I cry and like plead with God to help me and heal me. Like that's like, if we are talking about top prayers, that's like my number one prayer. But then now I'm like, okay, if God heals you of vitiligo, how is that going to be a story for someone with vitiligo? Like, I'm like, but I don't want to have it. So it's like my friends or people will tell me that, oh, you look so nice with this. Yours is very nice. The patterns.
Yours is nice. That means other people who have vitiligo.
So the question I ask them is that, do you want to swap skins? Then they start mumbling. Like, they can't talk. They're like, oh, like, I'm like, I can't hear what you're saying. Like, do you want to swap skins? Like, so you can have this condition and then I can have I'll gladly take your skin tone. Like, I want my brown skin tone. And you see them fumbling, like even my friends, like they fumble and all of that. Because obviously everyone knows that vitiligo is not a good thing. It
doesn't look glamorous in the eyes of a lot of people.
They know what will I even say? Like, they know what the outcome will be if they have it. Like, people will shun them. They know, so they wouldn't want it. So don't tell me that it's nice or me. I don't like hearing that. You don't like hearing it? Please, I don't like hearing it. So let's not go there.
You've heard it from Ruth first. And some years ago, I can't remember the year, we went for a camp, church related, and there was a little girl who had vitiligo.
Oh, okay.
And I remember, sometimes, people will talk in the background. Some people actually thought she had gotten that from burns. Do people also think that way?
That's the first thing people think. They always think that I got burns. Almost everyone who encounters me for the first time thinks I got burns. I recently went to the hospital and then one of the doctors was like, so how did I get my burns? And I was like, those are not burns because I've seen burns. And burns don't look like
the
that.
texture is different.
It's pinkish.
Yeah,
so I'm like, no, these are not burns. And this it's like in my skin. I think if you get burns, you can see like your skin is out or something. I don't know how to explain it, but
even the texture looks
different,
like rough.
Yes, but this one is like smooth. So I told them that like it's not like, no, I didn't get burns, but people think I got burns.
I'm going to mention some areas in your life, and I want to find out if vitiligo has affected it. For example, mental health.
My mental health has suffered at some point. I've tried committing suicide for another reason, but not for vitiligo. But then I've like been in a very, very dark place where I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I just want to be left alone. It has really suffered. And then I've been in a very dark place with vitiligo. And blamed myself a lot. For it. Right now, if you ask me what I used to blame myself for, I don't even remember. That's how funny it is.
What about friendships? Have people said, I don't want to be friends with you anymore because you have this condition?
So I think the best part about my life I'm sorry to say, but I mean, the best part about it is that God, God is all-knowing, eh?
Yeah.
He's so interesting. God knew that this was going to happen, so He's blessed me with the best people. Like, when it comes to
Support you.
friendships, I have not had issues with friends.
Okay.
Never have I ever had issues with friends when it comes to this. Never. If anything, my friends are like my biggest cheerleaders. Like, they are always hyping. You should hear one of my friends always hyping me. So I'm like, okay, I feel like you're doing it too much, but no, like they are really genuine about their friendship towards me. Yeah. So I haven't had issues with my friends. And the thing is that I don't go out of my way to make friends because I'm shy. People don't believe I'm shy, but I'm very, very shy. So I'm like, if someone sees me and they like me and they want to be my friend, and I feel like our values, everything aligns, and I'm cool with you, and if I have a conversation, first 2 conversations I have with you, they are like on point, and I believe that, okay, we can be cool friends. Yeah. But I'm always shy to make friends. I'm never the first person to start the friendship. Yeah.
I understand it. I understand it. And sometimes friendships, they are seasonal. Sometimes it's okay if what the people you have in this season of your life are good for you. It's fine.
Yeah. And I've had seasonal friendships too. So I've not had perfect friendships, but so that's it.
So what about like relationships, like dating? Has anybody ever said like, I'll only date you if like, okay, I want to date you, but this is your condition, like, is it genetic?
That kind
Will
of
you
thing.
pass it on to our
your
children?
kids. So I haven't dated anyone like that before, said
Okay.
anything. If anything, I feel like Vitiligo is the first thing that attracts them to me.
Oh, okay.
That's
It
the
makes you stand out.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. If anything, that's the first thing that attracts them to me. And I'm always like suspicious of it. I'm like, you guys, are you for real and all of that? Yeah. But personally, I have thought about it. So that's one of the things that used to put me in a very dark place. That like, I know it's not genetic. Like, well, I don't know if it is.
Like,
but
if you marry someone,
yeah, like you're going to give it to your
your
kids.
child.
No, I don't know. I don't think that is. I've never seen anyone having that kind of like traits passed on to their kids. So, but what I used to think about a lot was that, oh my God, if anyone likes me, I would definitely meet their family, right?
Yeah.
I'm scared of how their family is going to accept me, whether they will accept me or not. Like, I'm always worried about that. I'm always worried about if they are knowledgeable about this condition. Like, if there are people that are knowledgeable, then I'm like, okay, I can breathe. But if they are not and they are going to talk about it, I'm worried about their moms. They're like, okay, that would they pass it on to your kids, that kind of thing. Like, I'm very, very worried about that. So every time I pray about relationship, marriage, anything, I just tell God that, God, please have mercy on me, because have mercy on me. I don't want to be lonely for the rest of my life, so just have mercy on me. So,
And I'm very positive that God will come through for
Amen.
you, because he doesn't he will, like, for example, with me with bipolar disorder, I have had people come into my life or not, they haven't even come, but I've been worried, like, hey, so if we go and, you know, I don't know if you learned it in your one of your, I don't know, it's RM,
like
or
changes. What exactly?
how, like, they investigate.
Oh yeah,
into
look into your family. And if your family has witchcraft, they have this,
Yes,
this,
and you
mental
know,
health. Yeah.
Those are one of the things.
Yeah.
And I've also been worried about it, like, hey, what if you the person who wants to date me, marry me, you are cool with it too, but what about your family?
Yeah.
What would they think and how would they take it? And I also have that same prayer
So
topic on my
honestly, I
list.
think that if like it's God's will, everything will work out at the end of the day. So you will not even like suffer, like stress out. You not go. Maybe there'll be some small hiccups,
Hitches.
but not really concerning the situation. Maybe something else. But if it's in alignment with God's will,
It will work out.
It will work out. Yeah.
So I don't think I asked you what your profession is, but I do know you are a top model.
No.
I
So,
know.
what did I used to do? So I used to work in a private. So when you said school, yeah. So when I was in my other school, when I switched schools, after school I worked in a private school for a while. I taught in a private school for a while. Then I came to Ghana. Then my first corporate job in Ghana was to work at an architectural firm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's called African Futures Institute. Yeah.
Okay.
It was at Airport Residential. and then I had to leave because of one or two things, and then a friend of mine decided to help me start a bakery.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I already work with my dad. We own an event space.
Okay.
Yeah, so we rent out spaces for events. So I just like went full time into that. So that's what I currently do. I rent out spaces for events, and then I do the bakery thing full time.
Okay, so would you like to mention the name so that
So
I will
for-
definitely add it to the description. So please go and look.
So for
I'll put
our
it
event space, it's called Golf Events House. Yeah, and then the bakery is called the Happy Box. So yeah.
Okay. And then you are a top model.
So no, I'm actually not a model. No, that was it was a by chance thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually not a model.
You're not a model.
No.
But
If I was a model, you would have seen a lot of modeling pictures of my
no, but
face.
the ones I've seen on
So
Instagram
the thing
is
is that
giving.
I love pictures. I would never forget this. When I was in high school, one of my classmates, there's something she said. I never liked pictures. That's so funny. I never wanted to be like short, nothing. Also because of the vitiligo, so I didn't like pictures. And then I remember this classmate of mine said that we should always love taking pictures because when you are no more, people will have those memories to look on, and then you have happy moments, just share those moments. So always take pictures wherever you are. There's a way she said it, but it's stuck. It got stuck, and I was like, you know what? I'll take pictures no matter what. Yeah, and then as for the poses, I just think of it in my head, and then I just do it. Sometimes I'm my own photographer.
Okay.
Yeah, people ask me what camera do you use? I'm like, I use my phone.
Okay.
I don't have a camera. I use my own.
It looks very professional. That's why we will all think it's a camera.
No, so I use my phone, and then the person who takes very good pictures of me is a friend of mine, but she doesn't live in Ghana, so she's the only one who she knows my angles and everything, and then myself. So yeah. So yeah. So as for the modeling, hopefully, if people are open to working with me, I'm cool with it. Maybe I'll be the next Ghana Winnie Harlow.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to. Me, I see you like that already.
Hey, okay, amen to that. Yes.
I see you like that already. So, how did you start working with Hayat? Is it that she saw your pictures?
Yeah, so there's actually I call it a little documentary. You know, she talks about the Khoi collection before they are released or after they are released. So she has a little stories behind the items. So what happened was that my brother got me Khoi rings.
Okay.
They no more produce Khoi rings. So
I saw them. They are so pretty.
I should have worn
pearls
it.
and
Yeah, I
all
should
of
have
that.
worn that. Yeah, I have one. That one doesn't have pearls, but it's my favorite. So yeah, and then I took a picture of it, and that day I had gotten my nails done, and then I was sad about the fact that I got my nails done, and these people didn't take it. I was really, really sad about it. I was so sad. So I came home and then took a picture, posted it, and just tagged the ring and all of that. A friend of mine, sent it to me that, look, Hayat has posted and I was so excited. I was like, the Hayat reader has repost. I was like, oh my god, I have made it. I was so happy. And then she sent me a message on Instagram, and then back and forth, a lot of back and forth conversations went. And yeah, that's how
So
I ended
now
up
you
working with her collection.
The Hayat reader.
For the Icon collection. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm really, really happy for you, and
Thank you.
I'm just surprised that a bad
I know, right? That's so interesting because after that and after the pictures came out, there was someone I really wanted to work with, but in a different what will I call it, capacity or something. They reached out to me
because you
of
work
this.
with Hayat.
So I was like, so there's this thing I don't like about humans, but we all do things that I also do things that people don't like, that you don't value a person till you see the person making it big in life or something, or they are connected to someone big. That's when you are like, okay, now I need to start paying attention to this person. I really don't understand why we do that.
We do that a lot. Sometimes it's even very unconscious, but we are actually doing it.
Yeah. There was one photographer that said something, he sent me a message, and I was like, oh, his message really made me smile. It really, really made me smile, and I was like, oh, yeah. I really like this message.
I'm sure he's watching. He's very happy by now.
I really liked the message he sent to me. Yeah.
So for me, I see that a lot. I mean, when I was on campus and the condition started, bipolar disorder, and I was relapsing, my symptoms got very worse. Hey, people were really detaching themselves from me and saying all kinds of stuff behind my back. But the moment I came out and became a public mental health advocate, working with international organizations, I'm so proud of you. I'm not saying don't tell me you're proud of me, but were you proud of me
back then? When you needed someone.
When I needed someone.
See, the people that are around you when you are relapsing, and like I feel like you should hold on tight to those people, because they'll be there for you, good or bad. They are the people that will be there for you. So
it's very, very true. Especially my family, my close friends. They want, so they've been on the front row, on the sidelines, cheering and cheering me on my road to recovery. And even now that things are better, I'm still doing my work, and I'm glad all of that happened, because now it makes me know who is legit and who is not legit. Because I mean, if everybody was good to me from the beginning, I wouldn't have really seen who is like authentic and all of. So it's good it happened that way. Sometimes I'm just glad God allows certain things to happen. It toughens you up, and it makes you realize, oh, God is someone you can trust and depend on, and He will help you with your cross.
That's true. And He wouldn't give you something that is too. There's a saying that God wouldn't give you something too big to bear. Like He knows what you are capable of handling. So that's what you give you. The one that you can handle. He wouldn't give you more than you can bear.
Yes,
exactly. So that's that.
Even though when you are in the moment, it feels like you can't bear. When you are done, you'll be like, yeah.
Like, I mean, I came out of this storm and I'm good to go. Now I can tell someone how to go through it if they are, because I've had like someone actually like the person sent me a message about also having vitiligo and how I do it, the confidence. And I'm trying to let the person understand that, see, sometimes the confidence isn't there. Like maybe the moment that you sent me the message, maybe I was in my lowest of low, but I have to like come out of it just to talk to you and like encourage you, But then it's not all roses with me. Don't let pictures deceive you. No.
You like to give people like the truth, that there will be tough times, there will be nice times, there will be modeling times, there will be and there are also some dark times. That's true.
So I have my dark moments. I just don't. If you're close to me, you know. But then if you're not, you think that, oh, this girl there, she's chilling, she has good friends, she has an amazing family and all that. So today, like, my parents are still trying to look for a cure for vitiligo. Like, they're still really, and sometimes I'm so impressed. I'm like, oh wow, my parents are wild. Like,
they are so hopeful.
Yeah, they are very hopeful about it. And because my dad is a pastor too, like, he prays like And sometimes I feel so sad when I see them, like when they pray, and I'm like, God, I beg you, look unto me with mercy. That's all I tell God. Like, He should look unto me with mercy. So,
and anything is possible. I believe in healing. I do believe in healing, even in the most difficult and worstest. Do we even have worstest? The worst
situations.
Yes,
because there are people that had vitiligo and it just went on it. So vitiligo is so interesting. It has a mind of its own. That's the crazy thing about it. Today we'll decide that, you know what, I'm not going to spread on your skin again. I'm going to give you a break. Then the moment that you're in some zone, then boom, it's like back. Some huge patches. But I've seen and heard stories of people with vitiligo like gone completely, and it never came back again. Like, never ever came back. So it depends. So I'm sure lifestyle choices to influence the spread or halting of the vitiligo. So
you just made me think of something. Since you said it's an autoimmune disease, are you on any medication? You don't have to mention a medication.
I used to go to recently, or was it this year, earlier in the year or late last year? No, actually late last year, someone introduced me to Accra Medical.
Accra Medical Center.
Yes, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Me too, I don't
it's
even
by
know.
the fire service.
That side.
Yeah, but then I was prescribed some medication, and I feel like it was killing me, but I'm sure it wasn't killing me. But it had a big effect on my head and my eyes. I couldn't see. I wear glasses and I couldn't see, and I couldn't move my head, so I had to stop the medication. That's how bad. I know I was supposed to report it, but I never did. I never went back. So yeah.
So the medication was supposed to stop the patches from coming.
Like it was supposed to help with whatever was like in me to help with like maybe slowing down the whole process, but there is known cure currently for vitiligo. So yeah, but right now I'm not on any medication, none whatsoever. Yeah. And I used to, now it got expensive, but it was working for me. It's called Protopic. It's an ointment. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something.
No, the first one was something I like oral, but this one is an ointment, Protopic. It actually works for me, but it's like a small tube. I can't use it all over, and I feel like it works on places it wants to work.
It's not everywhere.
Yeah, but it does work because anytime I use it, I always see my brown patches coming back.
Oh,
yeah, but now it's super expensive, so I'm like, I can't buy like maybe 2-3 tubes of that thing.
Yeah, and you have to do it daily, right?
Yes,
daily.
So,
as for skin, every day.
Yeah, so I can't. So I just stopped using it. I was like, anytime I can afford it, I'll just go get it.
Just go back. You have spoken about your journey, and I'm sure it has inspired a lot of people. So what keeps you going every day? I mean, I'm asking this question because you said there are days when you wake up, a patch comes. So it's not like, do you see like as if the patch is coming? Or
I don't see, but I know, like, you know your body, right?
Yeah.
So you know that this thing wasn't here.
Yeah.
But one day you wake up, then you see something there. And I'm like, okay, when did you pop up? You just don't remember when it came. So
it's like the way when you are growing as a human being, you don't realize,
but
my shoe size is changing.
But if I decide that, okay, maybe I'll take one spot, okay, and steady it. If it's spreading or then I'll notice that, okay, it's coming or it's going.
So what keeps you going? I mean, knowing how uncertain it is.
As per child of God, God, always talking to God. I talk to God before I talk to any other person. I talk to God. I don't talk to God like prayer, like our Father, God. I talk to him like
a friend.
I'm talking to you right now. I'll just tell him, like, maybe I'll get up in the morning. I don't even say good morning. I'll be like, God, Charlie, you know this thing. Like, I talk to God. I tell him how I'm feeling. I'm always telling him how I'm feeling. That today I felt this way. Today this happened to me. Today I didn't want to do this. Like, I talk to God about everything, and I try to listen to what he has to say. And then sometimes it will come in the form of a person, music, all of that. So number one, God keeps me going. Number two, family. Okay, sometimes family is some way, but I mean family, that would be number two. Then my friends. My friends, like I said, they are like my biggest cheerleaders. So my friends. And then life. I mean, we all have one life to live. So try and make good use of the life that you've been given. Because at the end of the day, you go and account for the life.
You can't go and say, dear God, you know, I had vitiligo,
so I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. No. So I always tell myself that, do you know what? I'm actually healthy. I tell myself I'm healthy. This is just an autoimmune disease. What about the people that like they are going through like crazy things? Like you can actually see the conditions. It makes them look very, very bad. I mean, I have my hands, I have my legs, I have my head, I have my ears, my eyes, everything. I can do everything that any like normal person would do. So I have nothing to complain about. If I complain, I'm ungrateful. Yeah. The only thing is that my skin is just
keeps changing.
Yeah. I tell kids that I'm white and black, and that God made me white and black, and then they'll look at me like, huh? Why would God make you white and black? And kids are very curious.
Yes.
You have kids, and kids are very curious, and then they can't stare. When a kid stares at you, oh my God, I think the people who make me very uncomfortable are kids. Oh my goodness, when they really stare at you. They'll let you know that I am looking at what has happened to you. So yeah, I really get uncomfortable with kids than adults. Yeah.
So somebody might say, oh, Ruth, you have friends, you have amazing family, you have God, maybe you have a very intimate relationship with God. Me, I'm in a very dark place. What can I do to come out of that dark place? What can I do? Because there are some people that, like you said, you are an introvert, but you have another side. But some people are very introverted. they have had this condition their whole life, and it just keeps, it's as if it's robbing their joy every day.
So what I can tell someone who's like in a very dark place, maybe with vitiligo or any kind of skin condition, is that first, how do you see yourself?
It starts from you.
And how do you think God sees you? The man made you. God doesn't see you any less. So you have to start encouraging yourself. It's hard, trust me, Esinam. It's very hard. But you have to start making up your mind that, you know what, I'm this. Like, and you know how people write little notes put on their resume? You have to start seeing like
constant daily confessions.
Reassuring, making daily confessions, reassuring yourself. Because however you treat yourself, that's how people will treat you. That's the thing. However you treat yourself, that's how people will treat you. People will like, if you yourself, you don't even value yourself, why should I value you? Why should I place value on you? When you don't see your worth, why should I see your worth? However you treat yourself is how people are going to treat you. So you have to start making that conscious effort to come out of the darkness into the light. Because as God showed you, you are light, you're not darkness. So you can
never be hidden.
You know, once you are in a dark place, the devil too always play on it in your mind. You always play on it, and you continually believe what the devil has to say over your life than what God, the person who created you, has to say over you. So you have to try. It's hard. Like, don't get me wrong, it's so hard. Like, sometimes people are in a super, super dark place that it looks like they can't come out. They really can't come out. But once you're always reassuring yourself that, you know what, maybe if I take this little step, I can come out of this situation. And you're consciously taking in, like, making those steps,
you'll come out. You'll not even realize. I would say that you'll not even realize you are coming out. But by the time you'll be like, hey, I've really come out.
And do things that bring you joy. Whether you do it with people or not. So one thing I've learned to do is, whether I want to hang out with my friends or my friends are not, they are busy, I try to have fun on my own. I try to. So
enjoy your own
People actually believe that I chill a lot. I'm like, see, I don't chill though. I try to make myself happy. I can't depend on people. I used to do that a lot, but I told myself that human beings are fickle. Like life, like they're all fickle. Like people will disappoint you. So try and make yourself happy. Don't be dependent. Your happiness isn't based on another person. They can't make you happy. So try to make yourself happy. When they are there or not, you're still happy regardless. So
it's true. I can really attest to that. It's very, very true. I mean, when I started deciding to become, okay, this condition is there, whatever, they say it's chronic, they say it's lifelong, I'm not going to allow it to steal my joy. And you see that when you start becoming positive, it attracts people.
And also they say these are what people are saying, but don't believe it for yourself. Exactly.
It's true. As for that one, I just really lifelong chronic, but I said no. Me, my story will be different.
Exactly. Yes. Because at the end of the day, God is going to use it for His glory. I told God that God has the power to heal me. God can breathe
immediately.
He can do, He doesn't even need to do much. I'll get my skin tone back. But if this is for His glory, who am I? If it's for His glory. But one thing I've told God to do is that, please, don't let this thing put me in a place where I can never come out of. That's one thing. That's like my petition to God. So that's it.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and I know that this video is going to inspire someone out there or inspire a family or some friends, and keep doing what you are doing. And these things I'm saying, they may sound cliche, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Yes, it's the truth. And your faith is very admirable.
Thank you.
I'm even inspired to go and have a more intimate relationship with God. And I think it's time to say goodbye. Bye.